Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in once again. If you enjoy staying updated with trending Nollywood stories, relationship gists, and viral fan moments, then you are definitely in the right place. And if this is your first time here, you are highly welcome. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss any of our hot Nollywood updates. Today's gist. This one is deep, layered, and filled with meaning in a way that goes beyond just what happened on the surface. Because sometimes, it's not the loudest actions that create the biggest impact. It's the quiet, well-timed, intentional moments that truly get people talking. And in this case, everything revolves around that moment when Maurice Sam stepped in and defended Pearl Watts, a moment that might have lasted only a short time, but has since grown into a much bigger conversation among fans. Now let's really slow this down and go deeper into what made this moment so powerful, because it wasn't just about what happened. It was about how it happened, why it happened, and how people are interpreting it. At the start, everything appeared normal, the kind of setting where interactions flow naturally, whether it was during a scene, a discussion, or even a behind-the-scenes moment. Nothing felt out of place. Nothing felt dramatic. It was just another situation unfolding in a professional environment. But then something shifted. And that shift is what created the moment everyone is now talking about. There was a situation, something subtle, something that might not even have seemed serious at first. Maybe it was a comment. Maybe it was a misunderstanding. Maybe it was just one of those moments where tension slightly rises, even if only for a few seconds. And in moments like that, people usually do one of three things. They stay silent, they ignore it, or they step in. And this time, Maurice Sam chose to step in. But here, where it gets interesting, it wasn't just the act of stepping in that caught attention. It was the way he did it, because he didn't raise his voice. He didn't create more tension. He didn't turn the situation into something bigger than it already was. Instead, his approach was calm, measured, and very intentional, and that kind of response, it stands out, because in situations where emotions can easily rise, maintaining composure requires awareness. It requires control. It requires a clear understanding of the moment. Now let's talk about the energy of that moment, because energy is something people feel, even when they can't fully explain it. From what fans observed, the atmosphere changed when Maurice Sam stepped in. There was a sense of balance, a sense of grounding, almost like the situation was being gently redirected without force. And that's not something that happens by accident. That's something that comes from being present, being aware, and choosing the right way to respond. Now let's focus on Pearl Watts, because her presence in that moment matters just as much. Pearl Watts did not react in a way that escalated things. She didn't appear uncomfortable. She didn't appear overwhelmed. Instead, her reaction seemed controlled, calm, and aligned with the tone Maurice Sam had set. And that alignment, that's what made the moment feel even more natural. Because when one person steps in calmly and the other person responds calmly, it creates a flow that feels real, not forced, not exaggerated, just real. Now let's go deeper into why fans are reading so much into this. Because at first glance, someone might say, it's not that serious. He just defended her. Fans are not just looking at the action. They are looking at the intention behind the action. They are asking, why did he feel the need to step in? What made that moment important enough for him to respond? Was it instinct? Was it responsibility? Was it care? And once those questions start, they don't just stop there. They grow. Now let's talk about timing, because timing played a huge role in this moment. Maurice Sam didn't interrupt too early. He didn't wait too long. He stepped in at the exact point where the situation needed balance, and timing like that doesn't just happen randomly. It shows awareness. It shows attentiveness. It shows that he was fully engaged in what was happening. Now let's talk about body language, because even without words, body language can say a lot. Fans noticed the way he positioned himself, the way he spoke. The way he carried himself in that moment, nothing aggressive, nothing defensive, just calm confidence. And that kind of body language sends a message that says, I'm here, I understand the situation, and I'm addressing it without making it worse. Now let's look at the bigger picture. Maurice Sam and Pearl Watts have already built a level of familiarity through their work. They have shared scenes. They have created moments on screen that feel natural and believable. And because of that, fans already have a certain perception of them. So when something like this happens, it doesn't stand alone. It connects to everything fans have already seen before, and that connection is what makes it feel bigger. Now let's talk about interpretation. Because this is where everything becomes even more interesting. Some fans see this moment as pure professionalism, an actor supporting a colleague, handling a situation with maturity, and honestly, that is a very valid perspective. But other fans see something more. They see the intention, they see the timing, they see the calmness. And they begin to wonder if there's a deeper level of connection, not necessarily something romantic, but something meaningful, something rooted in understanding and mutual respect. Now let's also consider the emotional impact, because moments like this don't just stay as observations, they create feelings. People relate to them, people connect with them, people interpret them based on their own experiences. And that emotional connection is what keeps the conversation alive. Now let's bring everything together. What happened was simple on the surface. One person stepped in and defended another. But beneath that simplicity, there were layers: timing, tone, body language, energy, reaction. All these elements came together to create a moment that felt real, a moment that felt intentional, a moment that people could not ignore. And that's why it's still being talked about. So the big question remains, was Maurice Sam simply being professional when he defended Pearl Watts? Or did that moment reveal something deeper? Something that words didn't fully express at this point? There is no confirmed answer. But one thing is certain, that moment left an impression. And sometimes, impressions speak louder than explanations. Now I would like to hear from you. What do you think about that moment? Did it feel like a normal act of support, or did it feel like something more meaningful? Share your thoughts in the comments section below, and please remember to keep the discussion respectful. If you enjoyed this gist, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss any trending Nollywood updates. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next exciting Nollywood gist.